What's up, y'all? Welcome to Randomness with CG. It's CG Reacts. Let's talk about it. Today we're going to get into something spicy. I'm talking about real spicy. There's this book called Queen of Lies that's referring to Queen Naija, Clarence, and his ex-girlfriend Leslie, right? I see Clarence did the first part 1 reaction, so I thought, what if I do number 2? You know? What if I do number 2? Sorry about that. So then I'm like, let's get into it. Get this shit up on my screen. But yeah, so further ado, well, my fault. What up, my C Jitsu? My bad. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. When you get all this tea and you're chilling with me. Woo. Let's get into it. Let me make this screen smaller. And we're gonna talk about it.
What's good? It's your girl Miss Bars back with another video, and I know that y'all been waiting for this. Child, this joint right here is worse than part 1, okay? But again, it's all allegedly. And so before we get started, I want to again remind you guys to go stream Jay Colombo. He's fresh out of Detroit, Michigan. He's a new artist, and well, he's not really a new artist, but he's really doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm promoting his music, so go check him out. I will leave his link in the description, and I will leave his link in the comments below. All right, y'all. Seeking, I don't mess with y'all. All I wanna do is drown in alcohol. Y'all love speaking on my downfall. When y'all don't compete with me at all. Quarantine ain't nothing to my pain on my own. I have dealt with anxiety, depression, all because of this entire situation. I can't blame it on him though. Karma is real. When him and I were using these old women for financial gain, we were selfish. I didn't have any conscience back then. Sometimes I felt I deserved everything he put me through. I was a part of an operation that preyed on the weakness of women. I even allowed him to pretend to care about other women who I knew he was emotionally attached or was emotionally attached to him. When I began to write a book about my heartbreak story, I left out a lot of details because I wanted to protect him. I make a vow to myself. I will no longer leave out any details no matter how dark it may be. So after I let Clay know that I was done allowing him to run my life.
For those who don't know, Clay is supposed to be Clarence, supposedly, allegedly, okay?
And run in and out of my life. I felt a sense of power. I was finally gaining control of my emotions. My birthday was coming up, and I'd be damned if I let anyone ruin it. My birthday was very special to me because when I was 18 years old, I spent my birthday living in a car. It was a very traumatic experience for me. Imagine being put out of your house, sleeping in your own car with no one to turn to. On my 18th birthday, I remember I woke up to a man trying to break into my car while I was sleeping. I was parked at a hotel. I was already feeling beat down because the owner of another hotel caught me sleeping in the parking lot days before.
Also, real quick, I think this is being told from Leslie's point of view. She's allegedly was supposed to write this book or must have got interviewed about it. But if you ask me, something's not right. It's fishy. Let's talk about it. Comment down below if you think this lady that's posting the story, she wrote it.
Instructed me to leave. I found another hotel. I remember being so thirsty that day. Sitting and sleeping in a car with no AC during the summer was exhausting. I went inside the hotel, and I guess the employees or guests didn't like my odor. I must admit, I was pretty smelly. I had no way of showering. I just wanted to sit inside the hotel lobby for a little while and feel the air conditioning. The front desk employee came over, looked at me like he was disgusted, and told me to leave. I cried so hard walking to my car. I am sharing this story for every person that may have experienced prejudice while homeless. Excuse my French, but fuck those judgmental ass wipes. I am saying all of this because I am going into my story of homelessness. I want you guys to understand and to give you guys an idea of why my birthday is so important to me. I made a promise that I would never be sad on my birthday again. I also made a promise to myself to work hard so I would never be put in this position of being homeless again. I was so afraid of sleeping in my car again. I became so much like him when it came to money. I let money control my life. I was so willing to do whatever, even if it meant helping him solicit older women for money. I'm not making any excuses for myself.
No offense, I do not believe Clarence was soliciting money with Mod. Come on now, like for older ladies, unless there's an older lady that can, you know, bring this to fruition. It just don't sound right. Not Clarence, man. Clarence is everybody's favorite. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below what you think. See, just okay.
I was wrong. I am just willing to admit. The fear of being homeless again made me money hungry. On my 25th birthday, I rented out a hotel. I invited my close friends, and I was ready to party. Everything was going great until a group of guys showed up. Not just any group of guys, but one of the guys was his best friend. I really didn't get along with him. I was still feeling a little bitter about him threatening to put me in jail for helping Clay with his operation. I said, "Who invited you?" He smiled at me. "It's all love. Let's just enjoy your party. Happy birthday." Turned out to be a friend of my cousin invited him. I remember the promise I made to myself about controlling my happiness and deciding to be cordial towards them and just let them stay. We were all dancing and laughing. Lights off, my best friend yelled. Someone turned out all the lights and slow music began to play. All of a sudden, I felt a strong hug from behind. I turned around and it was Clay's best friend. He was smiling so hard. Maybe it was the drinks, but he was looking pretty cute to me all of a sudden. I felt weird just being so close to him. I said, "Back up, you are too close." He said, "Do something about it," and we began to laugh. I was just too tipsy to be upset. I was feeling good. He grabbed my waist and we began to dance. I really can't remember what happened next. All I know is that a few minutes later, we were in the bathroom kissing.
Wait a minute. So, allegedly, now Leslie and Mod is in the bathroom kissing. Mod ain't even no player like that. No, you know what I'm saying? To be just grabbing on no girl's hips and taking her into the bathroom, knowing that's his boy's girl. What the hell is the story going? Comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
"What are you doing?" I said to myself. Was it the alcohol? Or maybe revenge was in my heart and I was willing to get back at Clay by any means necessary. And then I thought, how would I get back at him by having sex with his best friend? It's my body. I would have to face myself, and then when all of this is over, I would have to face myself. I stopped kissing him and told him I can't do it. He began to laugh and said, "Yo, we are tripping right now." We both laughed. We hated each other's guts, but a few drinks and a few slow songs had us kissing one another. We left the bathroom and began dancing. That night was confusing yet liberating. I didn't have sex with his best friend because I realized my emotional and mental health were important to me, and that any revenge against it was more important to me than any revenge against my ex. Yes, we kissed. It wasn't right. We got caught in the moment, but I checked myself. I checked my shit before it went too far. The next morning, I woke up, showered, and hit the gym. When I got home, my heart sunk into the ground when I realized who was sitting on my porch. It was Clay's mom. She said, "Hi, baby. Clay wanted me to wait on you so that you can talk to him."
So remember again, Clay is supposedly, allegedly Clarence. Oh my God, this story don't make no sense.
She pulled out her phone and began to call him before I could even say no. He answered. I asked, what did he want? He said, please unblock me. He wanted me to unblock him, and he really needed to talk to me. At that moment, I thought that he found out about the kiss. I said, okay, I will call. If I didn't unblock him and call, he would just keep sending his family over to my house while he was away in another state playing the perfect family man. I called him and asked, what did he want? He said that his grandfather really wanted to talk to me. Clay's grandfather was in a unique situation that only allowed him to call us twice per week. I had a great relationship with him because he was one of the people who offered me a place to live when I had nowhere else to go. I was able to talk to this man about anything. I told Clay to tell him I would be waiting on him, and then I hung up. I didn't want to spend another second on the phone with him. A few moments later, I received multiple messages from Clay. He was telling me how much he loves me and how much he misses me. He wanted me to wait until he got things together and that he would leave her and be with me. He said he would put me in an apartment. He told me he needed me to hold it down for him and to be understanding while he makes some moves to stack his money. The word.
All right. So, going through the blogs and stuff, they just, there used to be clout chasing and talk about, oh, Clarence is using Queen. But Clarence said he was with Queen before she even touched a million followers. You know what I'm saying? So, she wasn't that financially stable. You know what I'm saying? Before Clarence came in. So, like, what would he be gaining? Like, and what would he be gaining leading Leslie on being with Queen and playing the perfect family? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
That got to me and the ones that got into my head were, I can't stop thinking about you. I will give all the fame and money up just to have something real again. He said if I didn't move and let him take care of me, that he would lose his mind because he owes me that. The guilt of him leaving me for her was eating him alive. Maybe it was because I once put my life on the line for him and treated him nothing less than a king. I did everything for that man. When the state told him that he was on a 5th grade reading level as a grown man, I didn't judge him. I bought educational books. We practiced reading daily until he became fluent. I did that. When his mom was in the hospital and her children were too afraid to get surgery to give her a kidney.
All right. Oh, this book is going off. Now Clarence didn't know how to read. He was at a 5th grade education level. Who's throwing shots at my mans? Like, this shit who's writing this shit? It needs to stop, man.
Who donated their kidney? Me. I gave this man and his family so much of me. I gave them so much of me, I lost myself. After reading his messages once again, I was weak and I fell for his sweet talk. I didn't believe that I would actually move to another state to be with him, and I damn sure wasn't about to hold him down while he portrayed to be this perfect guy. I saw an opportunity to get out of New York and start over. I have to be honest. A part of me wanted to take advantage of him and make him spend every penny he had. I packed up my things. His mom came over to help me, and I moved into a different state to be closer to him. When I got to the apartment, I went to the office to pick up my key. And his sister and 2 other guys were standing there. She handed me my key and said, Clay is on the 16th floor. You know you can't go up there. But if you need anything, come to the office and they will take care of you. My mouth dropped. Did this son of a bitch really move me into the same apartment building as him and his new girlfriend? I stormed out crying.
Hey, Spicy Mafia, man. Hey, what's up with you? Not Clarence, Clay. I just don't think it's true. I just don't think it really happened. I don't think that he would be dumb enough to move his ex in the same apartment building as his woman. But then again, niggas do be dumb like that. So I don't know. Comment down below what you think.
Chased me and gave me a hug. She told me she thought that he was insane for what and she didn't like it either. Yo, I had nowhere else to go. Let's see. I was in another state with nothing besides his promises. It was my fault for being so stupid. I began to feel even more angry in that moment. In that moment, I decided I was going to be a bitch and spend all of his money. Spend all of his money, live good, and treat him like shit. I took my apartment key and I asked his sister to show me my place. Motherfucker put me on the first floor. How smart. Why put me on the first floor? That means there was a huge chance I would see them coming and going. I was pissed off. The apartment, however, was impressive. Everything was updated and new. I calmed myself down and decided to just relax and take everything in. The movers placed my belongings inside. I began unpacking. I texted him to let him know that I hated the arrangement. And from that moment forward, I would no longer take his word for anything. My plan was to take all of the money I can from him and leave for another state. He told me to calm down and the move would be worth it and that he would be sending me down some food. He sent me $1,300 and said to use it on food for the month. He must have forgot about all the other money he sent me because my savings account was already looking lovely thanks to him. No complaint on my end. The plan was to spend.
To be honest, they're making Clay seem like that man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be mad if I was Clarence. Like, nigga, you got an escort service. You hitting up old biddies. You know what I mean? Shit, you holding down two women. They both straight. You know, both bank accounts looking good because of you. You know what I'm saying? You like that nigga, what? Pop your collar. Now, ever since I could... All right, comment down below.
Spend his money and save my own. About a half hour later, I received a text from Uber Eats, and I ate and went to sleep. Around 3 a.m., I heard a strange noise. I immediately hopped up off the air bed when I noticed the doorknob turning. The door opened, and it's Clay. He had a key to my apartment. There he was with this big stupid smile on his face, and I just rolled my eyes and laid back down in bed. I didn't even want to speak to him. I figured if I ignored him, he would go away. He started telling me how much he has been waiting to see me all day, and his sister had to sneak me some. His sister had to sneak some Percocet sleeping pills into his girlfriend's drink so she could go to sleep.
Oh, damn, with the sister drug queen, that is bogus. Shout out to Queen Naja and Clarence. You know, I'm sorry that y'all gotta go through this. You know what I mean? This shit's a bunch of bull.
I hit him with my pillow and told him that was a felony, drugging someone. I also told him I didn't even think it was safe for a pregnant woman. He told me to chill and that they do it all the time. I slapped him. How could you be so stupid, possibly risking the health of your baby just to be able to sneak out? The baby he claimed he had the baby he claimed he was finally ready for and cared about. He climbed on top of me and started kissing me. I pushed him off and told him to leave. He begged me to stay a few hours and said he just wanted to hold me and smell my scent.
Okay, question. How is he begging you to stay in the apartment? Where the fuck were you gonna go anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have nowhere to go. Like, what? Like, come on, this don't make sense. Why would Clarence drug his own baby mom just to go get some coochie when Queen got all the coochie that he need?
I thought the scent part was weird, but I was too tired to argue with him. He ended up holding me that morning. I woke up at 7 a.m. and told him I'm sure his girlfriend noticed that he was gone already. He said, so what, and grabbed me tight and told me to go back to sleep. We slept until 10:40, and he ate breakfast with me, and we talked about a lot of things. I just knew his girlfriend was up by now, and I asked him to please go home. He gave me a kiss on my cheek and left again. I began cleaning my apartment and unpacking again. I pulled out my diary and began to write. I always wrote in my diary whenever something meaningful happened. Me moving to a new city was meaningful to me. In spite of the circumstances, weeks passed. I furnished my apartment and even made new friends. Clay was coming over to cuddle and talk to me every other night. It was like we were becoming friends. There.
All right, comment down below if y'all think Clay, allegedly Clarence, was going down there every other night with Queen being okay with it. And not the media, nobody else is taking wind of this. So just comment down below if it makes sense, y'all. Come on, see Jizzle gang. Gang.
Was no sex. Even when he begged all night, I somehow gained the strength to resist. Now months passed, and his girlfriend finally had the baby. He called me around 11 p.m. screaming, saying he was about to go to jail because he had just slapped someone in her family at the hospital for talking bad about his baby. I told him to apologize and call his mom. The reality of him having a child had just hit me like a ton of bricks. I knew the baby was coming.
So who did Clarence allegedly slapping Queen's family? And who a part of Queen's family gonna talk about that baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's family too. That don't make sense to me. Help it all make sense. See Jizzle gang, comment down below.
But when the birth finally happened, it was a different feeling. He called me back about 5 times and I didn't answer. I texted him and told him to spend time focusing on his new bundle of joy. I asked him for space. I told him if he didn't give me space, I would pack up and leave. He promised to give me space. About 3 months passed, and I was doing okay. Clay was respecting my wishes, not coming over and sending me money monthly. I thought I was okay with the arrangement, until one night I broke down. I realized I still loved this man. I craved him. I decided to call him and express my feelings, but he didn't answer. I received a knock at my door, looked out the peephole, and it was him. He claimed his phone went dead and he came down to see what I needed. I just broke down and cried. He grabbed me and told me everything was going to be okay. I felt so weak and vulnerable. I looked into his eyes, so many feelings rushed over me. I kissed him. He picked me up and sat me on the kitchen counter, and we made love. It was the most intense love making we had ever had. We really missed one another and it showed. After we were finished, I didn't expect him to stay. I was now playing the role. I promised myself to play this role. I promised I would play a role, but that I would never play. The role of being the other woman. This went on for months. He would come to my apartment, spend time with me, we would make love, and then he would leave. He was paying all of my bills and giving me an allowance. I didn't care.
So Queen didn't notice none of this. I just find that hard to believe, y'all. Just keep commenting down below so I can get y'all's input. See Jizzle gang.
That his girlfriend's name was on the checks anymore. I cashed those checks and rolled our man without a conscience. Oh my God. I cashed those checks and rolled our man without a conscience. I considered him our man. At the time, it was cute. It seemed cute. However, now that I write this, I admit that I was so naive and dick drunk. I was blinded by lust and money. I was living the life, and all of a sudden, he wanted to take it from me. He said that some deals went bad and that he can't afford to pay my rent anymore. He wanted me to move in with a friend until his money starts flowing again. He said he was moving as well because the rent was too much. I told him I had money saved and I would get my own apartment. I woke up the next morning with an eviction letter on my door. I told him about the letter and he said he would take care of it. I began looking for an apartment. After apartment hunting for hours, I laid on the couch. Clay walked in and said we need to talk. His eyes were bloodshot red and he had scratches on his face. He said that his girl found out he got me a place in the building and stopped the checks from paying the rent. He said that she hit him.
Oh shit! So Queen found out allegedly. We gotta keep saying allegedly because they're using different characters, but this is supposed to be about Queen Leslie Clarence. Leslie's Clarence ex. Queen is Clarence's now. Okay, so let's get this straight. So now Queen found out, beat Clarence ass. Clarence down there with bad news, like shit. She stopped all that money flow. That was her money flow. You know what I mean? Shit, let's get to it.
Him in the eye, scratched him all up, and told him that he was stuck with her. She demanded that he come down here and tell me that it was over. He said she was waiting outside my door, and that his sister was holding her back from coming in. I began to feel like the same thing was happening all over again. I was losing the man I love. The man I love was leaving me again. I began to cry. Before I could express my feelings, my door opened. A woman holding a baby, wrapped in a surgical garment, came into my apartment and said, "Sorry, boo, your time is up. You ain't living off my dime no more." And let me see. He's coming back home to me. The rage in me took over. I rushed over and began punching her. His sister grabbed the baby, and I.
So you just gonna take off with a baby in somebody's hand? Come on, ladies, get it together, man. And I just don't think it would be popping. Like, I just don't believe this story.
Went even harder. I started pulling her hair and dragging her across the floor. She was screaming so loud the baby began to cry. I snapped out of rage and let her go. She went into the kitchen to look for a knife. I looked over and Clay was sitting on the couch crying, not even trying to stop the fight. His sister didn't even try to stop it either. I felt like maybe they wanted me to beat her. I am not proud of that moment at all. I ran out of my apartment, called my friend to pick me up, and never looked back. I left everything, all of my belongings. I wanted no memory of that place or him. He hasn't reached out to me in a while. At times, I wonder if he's okay. I hope the money is comforting him. Money is all he seems to care about. I will never hate that man. I will always wish him the best, no matter how messed up the situation may look. His body is in one place, but his heart is in another. After I left, I started receiving death threats from him. He felt like I was his property. He also asked me for all the money back that he gave me. I told him to consider it a loss. Maybe it's karma. Maybe it's your karma knuckle. Signed by a girl who finally let go. P.S. Never give someone multiple chances to hurt you over and over again. Woo! Okay, y'all. So that was part 2. Oh my God. So remember that situation in the hospital, and we wanted to know exactly what happened. But allegedly, he called her and told her he slapped Queen's mother. Oh my God. And she said, apologize and go and call your mom. Oh my God. And I guess that never happened, y'all. Damn. What else? Well, you know what?
Facts. I don't think Clarence slapped Queen's mom because if Queen didn't whoop this nigga or anybody in that family didn't whoop this nigga, that's a problem. Ain't nobody slapping my mama. I don't give a fuck.
Though it's crazy the part that she said she gave his mother a kidney. That's the part that kind of got me thinking, like, come on, man. Like, I know it's listed under fiction, but come on, this is really, it gotta be exaggerated, y'all. What do y'all believe that part that she gave his mother a kidney? That was crazy. And what about the part of them fighting? Like when Queen came in holding the baby, and she ran over there and rushed her, and then Lee had to grab the baby and hold up. No, you know what had me cracking up? Clarence sitting on the couch crying and not helping. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God. So y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about part 2. Oh my goodness.
I feel like Shorty, who's reading the story, because she only has access to this story, wrote it. I don't know if it's Clarence's ex or the ex best friend, but some is going on. If somebody want clout, they getting all the clout because this shit going live. And CG reacts. Peace out, C Jizzles. I'm out. We out.